Interesting setup to today. Everybody pretty much expects a rate hike, but I guess it's some of the commentary around that that's going to have a lot of people's attention. What do you think is most important? Any adjustments to the Fed's expectations around growth, language around future hikes? What are you listening for?
I'm listening to their ideas about future rate hikes. I think it's really important that they signal that they're not going to continue to raise rates at the pace they have been. There's so much extraordinary volatility. There's so much risk out there. People are so fearful. I think this Fed should now signal something that will show that we'll keep rates low and keep the economy chugging along.
To the extent that the Fed is having to react to the Trump administration's trade policy and uncertainty that might be created around that, what's the fair way to navigate that when there are other signals in the economy that traditionally would suggest, hey, it's okay to raise rates?
Well, I do think this country's become much, much more productive. We have so much great technology out there today. Everything that we can do on our smartphones makes us so much more efficient. And that higher productivity, I think, will keep inflation under control, which means we can keep interest rates low. And I do think that these tariff problems are temporary and won't last forever.
We got the Dow up 200 points plus right now, but in general, the pullback we've seen in the equity markets, do you see it as a painful correction or the beginning of a bear market?
I think it's a painful correction. We needed a correction. We'd had such a nice run. And now when people get a little fearful, it's an opportunity for us to pick up some extraordinary bargains in this environment.
Do you think the Fed actually should raise rates today? Meaning, without the political overlay and cloud of what the president said and the independence of the Fed and all of these other factors that seem to be, at least people talking about, just the John Rogers view of the world, would you raise them yourself?
I would
not.
You
think
think
the economy is strong enough?
I think the economy is strong enough. I think inflation's under control.
Therefore, you would raise them?
No, I wouldn't raise them.
So therefore, you think the economy is not strong enough to handle it?
Well, I think that, but I still think things are settled, things are solid. We don't need to disrupt the market. I think there's just so much risk aversion out there today, and everyone's reading the headlines and watching television, all the latest news from Trump. I've never seen so much tension since the financial crisis of 08 and 09.
Do you think the Fed is raising rates just to demonstrate, or the Fed, if they raise today, would be to demonstrate their own independence?
I think that could be part of the problem, and I think they've already been talking about it for so long and have expectations so out there about the rate raise that I think that people don't like to get away from something they've already signaled they're planning to do.